Hello guys, Nightspectre here, bringing you another League of Legends cast. We're 1 minute into the game, and for that I am sorry. But hey, think about it this way. At least it's not 2 minutes into the game, so I have some time to, well, talk about the teams and such. Though I must be very careful, because apparently Akali and Rengar are going for an invade into the enemy's jungle. This could be bad, so... Blue team, Akali probably in the middle, Rengar probably on top. Let's check out the rest then. Red team is standing over here, both middle lane and top lane as well. They apparently want to do the Wraith, so they get a little bit of an experience advantage on the blue team's top and middle lane. Let's see if it works out. Of course, blue team is going in already. Maybe they're able to steal the Wraith. Instead, they're probably going for the kill. Akali already finding themselves a nice little kill there. It's going to be the Talon in a lot of trouble. Akali going to follow it up though. No, it's going to flash in, but oh my god. That had to be an elixir of fortitude. And this is going to be the best bait in the world. Is she going to survive though? The answer is no. So first blood for Jayce. He's going to continue on to the Rengar. He needs to be careful. In brushes, Rengar is quite strong because he can just continue jumping on you. Ignite going down on the Jayce. He is running for his life. Talon is of course in the rear. Yes, he's going to flash over the wall. Jayce now going to run away. Flash as well. Rake needs to be careful there, Jayce. Rengar is going to jump on you. Be careful. That was a necessary shock blast there. It might have been dangerous there for Jayce, but the shock blast just came in time. A double kill for the Jayce player. Great play indeed. Great play indeed. So let's go for the other teammates then, shall we? So red team has a Varus and a Lulu, so that's a lot of long range poke you got there. Though we'll see whether or not a blue team is able to reply to that poke. They have a Sona, she is also good at poking, and she has a heal. So in a way, maybe Sona is in a better position than the Lulu. We shall see. She is a lot squishier though. She has about as much armor as a minion. No, it's health as a minion. As Maokai is going to the middle. Of course, Akali doesn't have flash. He has nowhere to go. And this is going to be a quick kill. That's a kill for the Talon. And we're back to the bottom lane. Oh yeah, actually no, we have a Zac player as well for blue team. So the jungler on blue team's part is Zac, but apparently I don't have that much time to catch. For Maokai is going on to the top. There is a ward however for Rengar, so he should be able to survive. Maokai is just, oh, he's flashing in with the, this could be a kill. Rengar doesn't have flash as well. He's going to get knocked towards the bush. Rengar trying to juke it out with a jump away, but that won't work onto the Maokai. A kill for Maokai. A grand plays indeed. Blue team is having a lot of trouble, for red team is already 4 kills ahead and already almost 1,500 gold. This is bad. This is very bad start for blue team. Of course, it's only the beginning. You can try, blue team. There is always a chance. Never give up. As Zac is trying to harass the Jayce just a little bit. But it was, oh my, Talon doing a lot of damage onto Akali. She did level her the Twilight Shroud second, which normally she does not, but considering the fact that Maokai is being quite a bully, actually looking at Maokai, he might actually go for it as bottom lane was fairly low, but Maokai is going for it. Twisted Advance being used, Twilight Shroud should still be off cooldown, and that again will be a quick kill for the Maokai. So 2 kills for Maokai, that's 1 kill for Talon and 3 assists, and then 2 kills for Jayce and 1 assist, and Maokai has 2 assists as well. That's a whole lot of early game gold there. You can see it already. Maokai is standing on 1,900 gold. So is Jayce, so is Talon. Compared to, let's say, the Rengar, he only has 950 gold. So that's not a lot. And that's total gold. The gold he is in with now is only 340. Jayce has about 800. He has more than double the gold, and it is only going to continue growing unless blue team takes countermeasurements. Countermeasurements like Zac. He is going to farm his jungle apparently because he was spotted by a ward. He is doing a fairly good job farming his jungle, I must say. Though Maokai, because all of his ganks has been very successful, he isn't behind on experience at all. Actually, his minion kills are just equal as Zac, so great play indeed. Of course, he might have sniped some minions off during his ganks, which is, hey, payment for his work, one might say. So it's alright, it's okay. I don't mind. Maybe his top lane does, but hey, they're ahead in money. Bottom lane is ahead in money as well, so they shouldn't mind. Rengar already in a lot of trouble. He does have a lot of health potions, so he's not going to get pushed out of lane unless, of course, you kill him. and his flash is still not off cooldown, nor is Akali's, but because she's so far behind, she gets pushed really hard by the rake damage of Talon. It is doing quite a lot of damage there, as Maokai is actually spotted in the enemy's jungle. Now, needs to be fairly careful, almost found himself a Zac there. Instead, he might go for a gank from behind, not really. Well then, let's go to the bottom lane, where we have Talon making a move. That's not Talon, that's Varus. But he is making a move, he gets exhausted. Lulu is fairly low, but the focus is actually not that great. Both of them are being focused in a way, and that's not the way to go. As Maokai got another kill, so he did go for the back door. Well, the going around from behind tactic, yes indeed. So here you can see it, Rengar, still pretty high on health, is going to get hit by a shock blast though, and then Maokai with the twisted advance is going to get the quick kill. Now of course, he does have an early Spirit Stone and Boots of Mobility, so he can walk through the map fairly fast, considering that this is only the 6-minute mark that he bought those items. So amazing play indeed, Maokai making the best out of the worst. Well, it's actually the best out of the best, as we can see the Zac with his Let's Bounce trying to get the kill, but it was actually Lulu getting the kill onto the Sona and that just walks away, so not really worth it. Talon now going to the bottom, might get the kill onto Misfortune. He does have his ultimate. Will it be enough? I don't think so. The barrier will... Ooh, very aggressive there, Talon. That will give a lot of money to the Zac. He's going to try and get the kill onto Lulu as well. This is going to be worth it for blue team. This is very great play. He's going to bounce onto Lulu. There's no escape, really, and she knows it. She's going to try and kite him, though, but I think the auto attack will get the kill, as well as, of course, unstable matter. As you can probably hear, I'm not used to casting Zac yet, so I'm not really in touch with his abilities. Though I do know what they do, I just don't know their names as well, and that is quite awesome. Ah! Oh, man. At first I thought he wasn't a good... oh my, Maokai going aggressive. He is level 6, so he can use that Twisted Torment. It's not a Torment, it's a Maelstrom, and it will be a dead Maokai! Die, you fool! It's going to be a shutdown on Maokai, so that's 300 gold going to the AD carry of blue team. That's not what you want. Blue team is pulling ahead ever so slowly because, let's be honest, red team being a little bit too greedy there. They have given too many worthwhile kills to the enemy team. Talon was actually lucky that he got so many assists, so his kill didn't give any money to his team, but at least it gave experience, as Akali is almost going to die using her shroud to just get away, because that would have been a kill. She actually bought herself a cloth armor just to sustain against the damage of Talon. Don't know what she's going to buy with it, because to be honest, I think a hourglass isn't that good of an item on Akali, though she will need it apparently. Slingshot? Nope, not going to get used there. Apparently there's a water Zac, and he knows it. Was it a slingshot? Yes, elastic slingshot. Good Nightspectre, you're getting better at this. Har, har. Talon is level 6, so Sona needs to be careful. She is not yet level 6, though she wants to be. I'm not too certain whether or not these minions will give her enough experience, but I think not. Talon will be given blue, so that will mean a lot of rakes onto Akali's face. Even though it's pretty, a little scar might make it even prettier. As we have Maokai again going for a gank from behind, he needs to be careful, for there is a blue over here. Will be given to Zac himself, because let's be honest, nor Akali, neither the Rengar wants it, as Akali now just runs away. That shroud is so good. I think that Talon will need to buy a pink ward, to be honest, just to make it easier for his jungle to gank the Akali. It's a plus, because Akali might as well buy a pink ward to counter the ultimate of Talon. So in that way, you can destroy the pink ward of Akali, if she places it down. Now, I think Akali does have some money issues, considering the fact that she is 2 levels behind on Talon, and hasn't been oh my, again Rengar being focused down by Maokai, but it's not enough. Well, it is now. Will the Jayce survive, though? I don't think... It's an execute! Well, then I don't mind. And neither will the Jayce. Talon now being focused down. A very good prediction there, I must say, from the Zac. He knew immediately where the Talon was running. They didn't even need a pink ward, as now Sona is going in with the crescendo. Will do a lot of damage with the bullet time, but I think the Talon will turn it around. A very good exhaust, however, will turn it even more around for blue team, as Lulu just walks away. We have Zac as well. Will he use the elastic slingshot to catch her? No, he won't. He doesn't have the balls, for he is made of jello. Oh, I thought he was going in for there for a second there, but I think Maokai is just a little bit too strong this part of the game. He bought himself a nice Kindle gem, which probably means that he's going to rush an Iron Locket of, no, the Locket of the Iron Solari. I always switch the Iron around, I don't know. Blue team doing the correct thing though, going for a Dragon. So, money-wise, they've balanced it out. True great play, I must say. The kills as well is only 6 to 8. Thanks to Zac, I might say. Bottom lane, of course, winning their lane out thanks to their jungler, so it's alright. Misfortune will carry the game for you, players. Just try and not give too many kills to the enemy team, shall we? I'm looking at you, Tiger. Of course, Rengar is always a... Well, normally it's a good champion. But if you're not able to pull ahead on your enemy, it gets hard to... Ooh, my, that was very cheeky by Misfortune. But as I wanted to say, it gets kind of hard for Rengar to pull ahead. Because he might be able to. He's probably going to... Nope. Predicted there by the Talon that there was going to be a Rengar. How was he spotted? I don't see any wards near. As the first turret in the game is destroyed by Jayce. Well, that's a great communication apparently on Red Team's part. Jayce saying, hey, Rengar is missing. He might go for those annoying ganks. As Talon gets a quick kill onto Sona, will they get a second kill? As my tongue was stuck between my teeth. And as barrier is being used by Misfortune, she does get a kill. So great play for that. However, it is probably going to be a turret destroyed on Red Team's part. Nope, they're falling back. I think they were able to destroy this tower. Now it's going to be Zac defending it by destroying the minions by jumping on top of them. They could have gotten this tower. Apparently they don't want to destroy it yet, maybe? Because, hey, it's fairly low, that tower. Only one hit is probably required, or one hit by both the support and the AD carry, and they can dive you. That turret will be no longer. So it might create a false sense of security. Maybe they're going for that. We shall see. Sona doesn't want to go to the bottom anymore apparently, so for her, that turret is lost already. As I accidentally touched my mic there. I hope you didn't hear it. If you do, are you aroused? Wink wink. Don't know why I said that, sorry. As, Akali is going to get ganked once more by the Maokai. Again, there is no vision ward, and there is Sona with the protection. A very good... Oh my, this is going to be the turnaround of the century. Because, well, Akali, she is quite strong. She does have a Shadow Dance left. Does she have another? Well, it's too dangerous to dive a Maokai onto the tower. But a very good crescendo there by Sona, turning it around. Nobody expected the support player to be there. As finally, the bottom tower has been destroyed. They want to go for Dragon, but the Dragon is not there, Red Team. Are you crazy? You cray-cray? Oh, pressed the wrong button there. Akali is in a lot of trouble. Twisted Advance being used. She should have enough for Twilight's Route. She does. And Zac is in the rear. He's going to try and jump her. Akali with a Shadow Dance will scare away the Maokai, though. Now it's going to be Zac. Well, getting spotted by Lulu. Akali going for the kill, though. Will she be able to survive? Well, she will. An exhaust onto the Jayce will make it certain that she will survive. Just barely, though. Rengar being ignored on top, so he will be able to push the lane ever so slightly, will make it so that he can farm a little bit and try to even it out a little bit with the Jayce. He is still one level behind. It's only one level though. It used to be way worse. Now Jayce is returning to the top lane as Misfortune wants to go balls to the walls mode onto the Varus. Is going to use her bullet time and made it so that Varus needed to flash. So at least the flash is burned, Misfortune. Great play indeed. Keep in mind that Varus's chains are still off cooldown though, as someone is dying. Oh, it was actually the Rengar in a heap of trouble. He probably went toe to toe with Jayce. Keep in mind, Jayce is of course very strong. Rengar needs to be careful. Shock Blast just barely missing there, but Rengar wants to go in here. He is pretty close to the tower, however, and boom goes the hammer. He thought he had enough. He should have used his roar first, maybe. That might have saved him. Almost a kill onto the Jayce, though, as Zac is going to use his elasticity to get close. Jayce juking it out just a little bit, but oh my, let's bounce. Let's bounce, Jayce. Let's bounce! And that will be the shutdown on Jayce as well, giving, again, a lot of gold to the enemy. 360 there. Locket of the Iron Solari has been bought by Maokai as he's going Berserker's mode onto the Akali. Akali could use the Lulu to go away though, but she is just going to get snared to death, really. And that's going to be a quick kill onto Varus. So, as I said, those chains of corruptions, mate, they're still on cooldown, you better be careful. Well, Akali wasn't, and therefore she died, as Talon said gangbang. Very mature. Boom goes the Allistic Slingshot. It's such an amazing ability. I've even seen someone, I probably liked that video, so you could have seen it. They can use the slingshot at the Baron to jump from here to here. So they don't need to enter the pit. And I saw someone smite that. On YouTube, of course. So I wasn't really there when it happened. But it's awesome nevertheless. It's fun to watch because it's like seeing him on a swing. Ruby Sidestone bought by Lulu, so she will be able to, of course, place a lot of wards down. Sona already had it, though. She wanted it first. Now, Lulu wanted the gold per 5 first? I don't know. Oh yeah, of course, Sona was winning bottom lane instead of Lulu's. It's confusing, considering the other lanes are losing. Blue team's bottom lane is doing a good job, especially the Sona. Keep in mind, she gave kills to her Akali. Else Akali would have been dead no matter what. Zac, of course, playing great as well. He's 4-0. He has bought himself a lot of ability power items, so it will enable him to carry a little bit, though it won't enable him to tank. We shall see. He is a very strong champion, considering the fact that stacking health on him isn't all that worthwhile because his abilities cost percentual health, so there's no point in stacking health for his abilities because it will cost the same. Of course, health is a very good tank spec, but what you talking about there, bottle? He just popped for no apparent reason. I haven't touched that bottle in weeks. Oh well. And I lost my train of thought. As Akali is going in onto the Varus, it is of course a bait of the century, but will baits work on Akali? Well, exhausts do, so Varus will survive. Sona going in with another amazing crescendo. Let's bounce, Lulu. Let's bounce, baby. One more auto attack will give the double kill to the Zac. So he's now 6-0. He is a hero. From hero to zero. I hope that won't happen, Zac. He's doing an amazing job. He does get cutthroat by the Talon. Might get the kill. Nope, he's getting away. Maokai wants to go deep though, but not deep enough. As Sona is going to just juke it out all day, all night. She might be able to get away considering the fact that she can use her Song of Celerity to go away. Instead, she wanted to go for an execute. Well, she was surrounded by Jayce no matter what. So she sacrificed herself for the greater good. In the end, she died though. A dog's death. Though a dog's death that can make a lot of music, as Rengar finally destroys the top turret. So 2 turrets for blue team, 3 for blue team. For red team, sorry. So that should mean that if blue team is able to take, well, at least a dragon or another tower, they will be ahead in this game. Which is weird, considering how it all started. Though, which tower will they take? The only one left is the middle tower, and everyone knows that's the hardest tower to crack. Unless, of course, your enemy team is out of position. Ah, finally, a Vision Ward. I was waiting for you, Vision Ward. So this will make it so that Akali is pretty much dead, as long as she doesn't have flash. Twisted Advance being used. She is using a Shroud, but that won't work, Akali. There's a Vision Ward over there, so she will die just after a last... Well, someone was lazy. Ignite being used there by Talon wasn't really necessary because the Arcane Smash of the Maokai was able to hit, as they are going for a dragon. So 1 dragon for red team, 1 for blue team, unless Zac does something amazing. I don't think he will just use his Allistic Slingshot to go into the pit. Though of course, as said before, he can use it to just fling himself over the pit and not need to go in. As Shockblast keeps getting hit by the Jayce. So Jayce, of course, very good poke, will make it so that they can just push lanes all day long. Talon actually has decent poke as well, though of course the rake range isn't all that huge. Well, certainly compared to Jayce's Shock Blast, of course. And then actually, Piercing Arrow from the Varus is also great poke. It does have a high mana cost, so he can't spam it all that much, but hey, great poke. Great success. Lulu's Glitterlands, great poke as well, and the Saplings of Maokai. In the early game, amazing poke, of course in the end game, not that impressive. Maokai, of course, going for the defensive jungler build. He is also going for, well, not also, I thought first that the Zac went for a spirit of the ancient golem. Instead he went for the spectral wraith, which does of course make his jungler a lot easier. He gets Spell Vamp, and now they're going for a Baron. Might be dangerous. Red team is moving in position. Talon is out of position though. He's all the way to the bottom. Lulu is too far away as well, so it's going to have to be a smite steal coming from the Maokai. Will not work. So we have a Baron up blue team going into a fight. Bullet time being used on pretty much everyone. Maokai twisting, advancing inside of it. Zac was focused, but guess what? Zac will just become alive after a short period of time. Jayce did manage to get the kill onto Rengar. He does have to flash away there. Zac already back on half health. So it's an amazing passive, man. You cannot focus a Zac in a team fight. You just can't. It's, well, you may. I'm not gonna blame you for it, but maybe they wanted to kill. No, you just can't focus Zac. Not when his passive is active. Unless you want to go and catch the blobs that he leaves behind to kill him, but that won't work. It's not like a Nivea, it's not just an egg. You actually need to click those blobs, 4 of them, and destroy them when the entire blue team is attacking you, of course. So, great fight for blue team. They picked up the Baron, which will be great. They will be able to push some turrets, and that will make it so that they are equal in the gold standing, because for now it is of course a 2000 gold lead for red team. Red team, of course, they might have some troubles, but considering that the wave clear of red team is better than that of blue team, it might still work out for them. Even though blue team has Baron, they have better poke. Of course, most of it will be negated through the healing of Sona and the regeneration of the Baron buff. So, I don't know what blue team could actually do with their Baron buff. They should do something, they should push somewhere. They want to make it so that the Baron was actually worth it. Because for now, they're still a little bit behind on red team. You don't want that. Not after you got a Baron, you want to go for it. Of course, Rengar does not have his Baron buff, which is a pity, but he died for the greater good. I think last team fight was also a 1-for-1, so all in all, it was a huge fight, don't get me wrong, but not a lot happened there, to be honest. Of course, it was only going to be an attempt to smite steal the Baron, which didn't work out for red team. But we have red team now pushing against blue team's lane in the middle, so blue team, come together and push them out. You have Baron buff, use it wisely, or else you might be a little bit sad. Of course, as I said before, they don't have as good poke, they don't have as good wave clear, so it will be quite difficult for them to do something. What they can do is try and catch someone out guard. I'm looking at you, Talon, you better be careful. But, well, Zac is at least trying. He wants to use his slingshot just to go for a cheeky kill over the wall, is instead going to use it onto the wolves. Hey man, he's a jungler, he needs those creeps. Monies, monies, monies. Well then, let's talk about items, shall we? So, indeed, Akali is going for the... I can't say it. Oh, the Zonia's Hourglass, of course. Which is good, of course, she needs the armor. Jayce and Talon will be a very strong thing, and of course Varus as well. So, they don't really have ability power on the enemy team, except, well, for red team, except for Lulu and Maokai. Though Maokai, of course, going for a very tanky build, as the Chains of Corruptions are able to hit Sona, not the right target though. And blue team is just able to walk away. Speed is being used onto the Maokai though, again with the gate as well. Running away from red team is hard as well. So Akali thinks, nope, I'm going to just use my Shadow Dance through your flash, mate. Bullet time hitting the Maokai very hard. Maokai being wild growth there by Lulu. Jayce now running away, he will not escape. And now it's going to be a kill onto the Maokai as well. Akali, one more Shadow Dance. Will she survive? She could jump onto a minion and she will. So great play by blue team. Though, guess what happened in the back? A back door happened. So that was great play by Talon. He wasn't there in the fight. If he was, it would have been maybe a better fight for red team though. Well, I don't know. Counter pushing against the Baron up team is quite hard to do, but it kind of worked out for red team. I don't know whether or not it's worth it though, because a lot of money went to blue team now. They finally were able to pull ahead. They did manage to push the middle lane towards their inhibitor tower. Of course, top lane will be pushed by super minions, though, as I say always, top lane not the worst lane to be pushed at. Actually, it's the best lane, because it is the lane closest to the Baron. Of course, if they want to farm Dragon, then they might have troubles, as Talon wants to go very cheeky there. Will get a quick kill onto the Sona. He does get exhausted as my mouse goes berserkers. He will stay behind to try and kill the Akali, but Misfortune is too close. The entirety of Red Team is there, however. Akali, don't you dare to jump blindly, girl. It might kill you. It was quite weird that she was able to follow Talon in that bush to begin with. Maybe he casted an ability, making it so that she could see Talon, not noticing that she couldn't kill him, and not noticing that there were 3 other players of Red Team there. So this might be another inhibitor turret for Blue Team. This will be bad. Red Team is just pushing it hard. It's going to be Rengar going in onto the Varus though. Varus being wild growth, using his chains of corruptions onto the Zac. Zac doesn't care. He continues bouncing on top of the Varus. Varus will die. Rengar wants another kill. They're going for the Maokai. He runs away. The gate being used there by Jayce. They're turning their attention around onto Jayce. Lulu will use the Whimsy onto herself and then Glitterlance to try and slow them down. But guess what? Elasticity, babe. I'm going to slow you down. So that will be Zac probably getting the kill onto the Lulu. Nope, the entirety of Blue Team is going to follow through. Very good play there by the... Sorry, I had to swallow there. The Rengar to jump towards the blue column. So, oh my, nice juke there by Lulu. But guess what, Lulu? You're dead. So again, great play by Blue Team. That was without their Akali, by the way. And they were able to focus the right person, apparently. Varus, man, he doesn't have any escape. And if you're able to capitalize on that, then that's great. Varus' Chains of Corruption was, I thought, blocked by Zac though. I think he aimed it towards the Misfortune, but because Zac just bounced towards him, he caught the attack. And because he was bouncing, he was able to move just a little bit away from his team. So the only one that was caught by the extent of the Chain of Corruption was, I think, Misfortune. Who can, of course, when snared, what can you do as a Misfortune? Well, you just use your bullet time. And she did it grandly. So it was a lot of damage onto Red Team. Of course, Red Team not only good at engaging, but also good at disengaging. Lulu could use her Whimsy to speed you up. Talon could use his ultimate if he wanted to get away. Of course, it was still on cooldown. Maokai can use Arcane Smash and then just turn around and run away. Of course, he was, I think, focused down. I think he survived, though. It was a very bizarre fight, let's be honest. Everyone probably got away except for Lulu, which isn't all that bad for Red Team. And you can see it in the score. They are ahead by 1,000 gold. Baron will be up soon as well. Will they be able to get it, though? We shall see. They are in position now. Baron has just spawned and they have a pink ward there, so they could go for it. If they're quick enough, they could go for it. Of course, Talon again pushing another lane. He apparently wants to counter push as much as he might, and maybe it will work out this time. Pings are going down. Red Team is retreating. Not too sure if that was the right call, considering it's a 4v4. Now it's going to be Blue Team doing Baron. Now it is a 4v4, but Change of Corruption being hit onto the Misfortune, and it's going to be onto Varus, completely out of position, however. Rengar going to just burst him down. A very good wild growth though, but also a very good bullet time. Akali did get the kill onto the bottom lane, onto the Talon apparently. So guess what? No more counter pushing for you. Crescendo being used amazingly, and Sona is going to get away. Now it's going to be Rengar trying to get away. Go! Flash kill by Lulu. Help picks indeed. And that will be great. Varus survived there. Lulu, the supports in this game are just awesome, by the way. Let me just say that. Both Lulu and Sona have been playing perfectly, carrying their team in a supportive kind of way. In the end though, this will mean that Blue Team will probably get themselves the second Drab Baron in the game. Heard how quick I corrected myself there? Indeed, so now that Zac is there, it will be a Baron for Blue Team. Smite! So the second Baron in the game. Blue Team again ahead on Red Team. Though, you can't really say that in this game. Everyone has been pulling ahead, I think, at least 3 times. Of course, Red Team a little bit more than Blue Team, considering their early game was amazing. But then again, this is endgame, baby. Better step yourself ready, because Zac is going to murder you all. Though Talon might be able to do the same. I'm actually quite surprised Akali was able to get the kill onto Talon, though. I am actually eager to just go back, like, I don't know how long that was, probably 3 minutes ago. I'm not going to waste your time on that, because I'll have to fast forward after that, and I'm not doing that. But Nightspectre, you could remember the time and just click the cursor. I ain't got time for that. Talon again with the counter push though. Will he learn his lesson? I don't know. Apparently it's working out because he's not quitting. His team isn't saying that he needs to stop too, apparently. So as long as red team doesn't get caught, Talon can do this. And red team has a perfect team for that as well. They have the gate from Jayce to run away to increase their speed. They have Lulu with Whimsy if someone falls behind. If things get worse, Chain of Corruption can be used to stop them. And hey, Hail of Arrows can be used as well to slow them down. It's a very good slow as well, considering it's an AoE slow. And it reduces your healing. Blue team moving towards the Talon? I don't know. Talon wants to go for a cheeky kill onto Misfortune? I don't know. Red team going to recall? Well, only the Varus for now. As red team wants to push onto the inhibitor lane. Now, that's not a bad idea, considering that inhibitor might be able to relieve some pressure from them. Akali now going for a kill onto Talon, but he's not moving. I think he disconnected. That's the only explanation I have. Or was he typing? At the very least, he was being very... And there's going to be another kill. Why wasn't he moving? Talk to me. Talk to me, Talon. What were you doing? Real. He was being real. Lagged out at the start. Oh, that's a pity indeed. Internet, man, it's so hard to get. Oh yeah, get that ward, Rengar. You get that ward as well. He didn't get that ward. So anyway, Talon is now dead. Akali is moving to the middle as well. So apparently blue team will be pushing down their first inhibitor tower. Will it work though? Jayce will shoot as many shock blasts as necessary. Talon will shoot as many piercing arrows as necessary. Maokai will continue throwing saplings down onto the Rengar, so they don't do any damage at all, of course. And Rengar wants to go for it, is going to go and find himself a nice little Talon. He will use the Blade of the Rune King and flash out of the, I was going to say celebrity, but the crescendo, as Zac did manage to get the kill onto Jayce. But an amazing flash away by, oh, Talon now going in, he wants some vengeance, will just run away though. Oh my god, the damage from Zac is amazing. Akali now going to clean this up. This is perfect for Akali. She's made for this. Double kill. Will she get a triple? She might go for it. Nope, it's going to be Zac just jumping. I hoped actually that Akali would use her Shadow Dance on a minion and then maybe go on to an enemy champion to try and get the kill, but maybe she didn't have enough Shadow Dances left, or maybe they were out of range no matter what. Lulu trying to use the wards of discretion to try and stop the enemy team, but it was not working. Blue team is going to win this. Who would have thought? They lost early games so hard, I thought it was over at the beginning, but apparently not. So guys, as I probably said in the beginning, never give up. Never give up. There are two phases in a game. Keep that in mind. You have the laning phase and you have the mid game. Now mid game are team fights. If you are losing in the laning phase, throw everything in team fights. Try to catch them off guard with the entirety of your team and get money out of their bounties. It's the only way to pull ahead. Or of course you could start miraculously winning your lane thanks to amazing ganks by Zac. You decide. Zac is 8-0. Zac played this awesomely. He had a lot of damage and his tankiness was awesome as well. Though why should he build tanky? Think about it. If he gets focused in a team fight, he'll just plop into 4 blobs. That's awesome to say. You should say that as well. So guys, as always, I hope you enjoyed and I will see you next time. Whatever it is I'll do, whenever it is I'll do it. Thank you for watching and goodbye.